Morning. Welcome back to Control S. I'm David Block. Today's Friday, and we're ending the week and getting ready for next week. And so let me take you into my classroom here. And so basically what we're doing today is we're just getting ready. We're getting ready to move on to what comes next, which is getting into Photoshop. But we got to get through this logo design project in the digital design class. So this video, I'm just going to talk about what we need to do to wrap up Friday. Wrap up on a Friday, close out the week, and get ready for next week. And so today in digital design and illustration, we're going to, I'm just going to encourage them to get through their sketches as much as possible. We've got a couple, who have already turned in their assignments. And while I think that's okay, what I do is I make sure that they understand they have to run their work through me before actually just turning it in. This isn't the kind of class where they do the project and just turn it in and be done with it. My goal is for them to have the best looking work, the best possible design work that they can have in their portfolio. And so I guide them as much as possible. So I'll give them, just like if they were in a creative job somewhere, if they're a graphic designer, they need to turn it into their manager or art director so that they could get reviewed and get revisions if necessary before it goes to the client. So that's really, really important. That's what I promote here as well. So I am their creative director, their art director, all of the above, so they have to run it through my eyes before it gets turned into the assignment. That way they get, one final critique after they've had a chance to talk with their classmates and get feedback from them. So that's what we're doing in digital design and illustration, just wrapping that up. I want them to actually, not wrapping it up, let me say that again. I want them to move on past their initial doodle sketches, their thumbnail sketches, so we can get them into the next stage. The project is due next Friday. If we can get to the refined sketches by Monday, they have a whole week to put together some ideas. And I'll be honest with you, this is a project where I might end up pushing it out another week. I hate to do that because I want to get into Photoshop. So that is something we'll see. We'll take it as it comes. In visual communications class, what they're doing is they have to go through, once they finish that art history project, which I think there might be one person still finishing his design up, or maybe two. But when they're done with that, they're going to move on to the InDesign projects. And so before they get to the 8-page magazine, I have them do an introductory, just a spread. And what they do is they set up a 4-page document, because when you set up facing pages, essentially it gives you the cover page and the back page, but I want them to focus on the spread. And the purpose of the intro is to give them basically a little experience in the program, understanding what the tools are and learning how to use various features in InDesign, such as the styles. They have to learn how to use character and paragraph styles, and since that is really the power of InDesign, controlling the type. And so I'm teaching them how to modify photographs to make sure that they are in CMYK, 300 resolution, proper formatting for print. And so that's what they're working on first. And then they jump over to the 8-page magazine, which is a lot more creative. I want them to focus on the creativity aspect of it rather than how do I use this program. So that's pretty much where they are in VisCom. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. But I wanted to show you my Google Classroom here for the visual communications class. It's the editorial design, the 8-page magazine that I've set up. Essentially runs through what it's about, and then I've got a couple of documents that I've added. This is the mini magazine sign-off sheet, which resembles very much the logo design one, but for this we've got masthead and theme development and layout planning, and it's just different from the one that I have for the logo design. And then I've got let's see, I've got a Padlet here with examples of cover designs, just to give them not necessarily ideas for the graphics, but for the titles and the treatment that they've gotten for the type treatment there. And then I also have a guide that helps them pick a topic, pick a color palette, and then guides them page by page to understand what I want to see. They put together the whole thing, but it's just a guide to, now obviously you can, I don't know if you can tell, for those of you that use ChatGPT with the emojis, I did use ChatGPT to help me put that together. I didn't blindly do it though, I put in the criteria that I was looking for. I also created an editor's note that they can simply cut and paste into their document. They can write their own if they'd like, but this is less about the copy and writing copy and more about the construction of the creation of this magazine. So there you go. And then we have the Honors in Advanced Graphic Design class. And so for that class, we're actually doing a whole bunch. We're working on the pop-up shop. We're also meeting with clients. You can see over here, over here by my books, I brought the Easy Up out. We've got tables and things that we're going to be actually doing a little mock setup of the pop-up shop this afternoon if I can find the time. Hopefully I will. But we have at 1:45 this afternoon during fifth period, I've got a client coming in for their meeting, their consultation with their designer. And you know, things are still rolling with Design Rescue. We've had about, I think, 10 or 12 clients already come in for their consultations. I already have one student who, after about a week of work, has already delivered the first draft of the work that she's doing for this local elementary school. She's making these little cards, stamp cards they're going to give out to their students for whatever reason, a rewards card. And so we got a lot going on, and we're just rolling right along. We're moving right along. One really great thing that I'm seeing happen in the Advanced and Honors class is this year they are taking full control of the pop-up shop and even their clients and the whole Design Rescue experience. For some reason, it's stepped up a little bit more this year, and I think it might have something to do with the fact that I've given them I've elevated some of them into like an art director position, design manager positions, and I've given them actual roles that gives them some sense of authority in the class. And some of those students are really stepping up. One of them came up with an idea yesterday, and just it's great. They stand up and start, you know, just call a meeting whenever they have ideas. And she came up with this great idea to have a punch card where our clients will be able to, for every 5 purchases, they'll get a free hat or something like that. I've got a bunch of hats left over from last year. Also, they came up with an idea to give out free stickers to drive attention to the booth, to the shop, the pop-up shop. We've got a ton of stickers left over from last year, so I mean, why not? And it's great seeing these guys really just take ownership of this whole process. Thank you for joining me on today's Control-S. Please be sure to join me on the next one. I may record a little over the weekend, we'll see, but if not, I'll see you on Monday. And if you're looking for a great video on how art history influenced the wonder and magic at Disneyland, check out this video right here. And I'll see you on the next Control-S. Please subscribe if you haven't already.